Hey, hope you're well. Popping on here because I wanted to talk about coronavirus and grief because we're being affected on every level, and all these conflicting news stories about like social distancing. Is it 10 people? Is it 50? We're getting different responses from our governments, whether that's federal, provincial, or state, depending on where you are, and our city governments. We're not sure what support's going to look like moving forward from all those different levels. And although today's the first day of spring, which is exciting, it kind of feels like we're moving into a season of grief. And so that's why I wanted to chat today about that. Most people associate grief with death, which is obviously true, but there's also over 40 types of losses and life events that also contribute to a feeling of grief. And coronavirus is proving a whole host of those losses, mainly a loss of safety, a loss of freedom, a loss of normalcy. And it can be really scary when everything that we're familiar with changes. For almost all of us, our daily habits and routines have changed. We're being forced to socially distance ourselves and stay indoors. School has been canceled, trips, concerts, events, conferences, Disney World, like everything has been canceled. And layer on top of that a worry about the well-being of your parents or your children or your own health and safety. And maybe that's caused issues between you and your partner about how to best handle everything. Maybe you're missing your routine, and since you've been working from home, you miss the camaraderie of your coworkers. Maybe you're worried about the healthcare system and if what we're doing is actually going to flatten that curve. And for people that I know that work in the medical field as well, I know they've been talking about the worry they have about knowing they're probably going to get infected and then bringing that home and infecting their loved ones. Maybe you're worried about the future of your job, how to take care of your kids, how this homeschooling thing works, how you're going to pay your bills. To quote Will Smith, our lives have been flipped, turned upside down, and we are just kind of left to navigate this uncertainty and vulnerability. And I just got a text message. So how is this grief? Well, grief is the normal and natural emotional reaction to any kind of loss. So grief is the conflicting feelings that are caused by the end of or a change in a familiar pattern or behavior, hence everything we're in right now. And also when we grieve the loss of the unmet hopes and dreams and expectations we had for the future. Sound familiar? So how do you know you have unresolved grief? Well, one thing is, are you on your way to what people are jokingly calling the quarantine 15? Are you eating more, or maybe you're not eating much at all because of the stress and anxiety, and perhaps you're having trouble staying present. I've been struggling with that. It's been really hard for me to focus on some simple things. Are you sleeping less? Are you sleeping more? Are you avoiding even talking about coronavirus? Perhaps changing the subject or making jokes about it because you're uncomfortable. These are all indicators of unresolved grief and just something for you to get curious about. Another thing is practicing what we call short-term energy relieving behaviors, or STIRBs. And these are things that we tend to numb out with. So like binge watching TV or drinking, or again, that overeating or even over exercising. We're all going to stirb. It's cool. We just need to be mindful of it. So go ahead, have the cookie. Just try not to eat the whole package in one day, which I nearly did. Put on comfy clothes. Have the Netflix marathon. That's super cool. Do that, but also just make sure you get off the couch and go for a walk, because we need to try to find balance. I think we're going to be in this awkward and uncertain situation for a while. So the more you can cement these kind of balancing healthier behaviors now is going to serve you in the longer term. What else can you do? Courage is also contagious. And with that, it takes courage to own your story, to share your truth, to talk with people you trust about how you're feeling. And in these uncertain times, it really does help to talk to others to help affirm that we're not alone. And with that, in reverse, be the heart with ears when people are sharing their feelings with you. Try to not be judgmental or critical or to overanalyze. And that goes for judging yourself too. It's okay to feel needy and worried. Again, these are wonky, unprecedented times that we're in. So be gentle with yourself. And if you've done grief work with me before, then you have the tools. But remember, this is a practice. It doesn't mean you're never going to grieve. All people grieve, and we're going to do it for all of our time here on earth. And if you haven't worked with me, or if you have, I've put together a guidebook on navigating intangible loss. It's available on my social media sites, and I have to still put it on my website, so I'm going to do that after this. But download that. It's a free guide. It's going to talk about these things like STIRBs, how to label your emotions and move through them so you can process them faster and get an understanding of what's actually happening within you. And if you need to talk to someone, I'm here. Reach out. This is affecting all of us. So lead with kindness and share your feelings. And if you feel you don't have someone to do that with, I'd be happy to hold that space for you. Also, move your body. Emotions are energy in motion, and because of all the closures, there's actually a lot of really awesome online options. I've been doing Yoga Blends classes. This is where I did my training in California. They've been doing Facebook Lives, so if you go to facebook.com/yogablend, you're going to see some awesome classes in there, some of my favorite people. And then locally, I normally go to Misfit Studio, and they've been doing Instagram lives every day, multiple classes. So check them out. And there's I think Peloton's doing a free 90-day subscription if you want that. There's just lots of options, so check them out. Get the body moving. That's the best way to process emotion. As well as journaling, which I put up some journaling prompts yesterday in my social media, so you can look for those as well. And with that, I'm also going to start adding a list of names, thanks to Helen Tansey for this idea, names to just send some love and light to in my morning meditation. So if you would like your name added, comment wherever you are watching this, and I'll be sure to add your name to my daily meditation list. It's just a simple list of names that I'm going to send out some love and light to. So if you like that, put your name on there, and we'll just send you some extra Care Bear kind of heart beams to support you during, again, this just really wild time. So all that to say, we're heading into a season of grief. I'm here to help if I can. Download the guidebook, move the body, be mindful of your behaviors, and take care of yourself and take care of others. And be kind and just lead with love, and know we're all going to get through it. So thank you, and we'll talk soon.